This is Lil Woppo, and you're watching Cloudy Conversations.
All right, so what's going on, everybody? It's your girl Big T, Cloudy Conversations, and as you can see, we're back with another interview.
Lil Woppo.
Yes. Today our guest is Lil Woppo, emerging artist out of the Central PA area. Just dropped another project, well, his second album, we should say, and stopping by just to get to know him a little bit better. Thank you for stopping by with us.
Thank you.
All right, so for the people who may not know you just yet, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Harrisburg, PA. I've been rapping for over a decade now. Well, I went to jail for a couple times, so like it's kind of like interrupted it. But I've been doing this for a long time, and this is like kind of like the start of like me really taking it serious.
So when you say for 10 years, what age would that be the starting point?
I couldn't remember a pinpoint date, but it was a long time ago, a long time ago. Like the beginning of like the end of like 8th grade, maybe the beginning of 9th grade, a while ago. Yeah.
Do you remember what got you like to start rapping or want to influence?
Yeah. So I had two main influences. The first person who ever got me to start rapping his name was Salim Little, and he was my neighbor. He was my neighbor in a small town in Dauphin, PA, and I came across him in a funny way. I actually robbed his house when I was like a really young kid, Houdini'd his crib, took everything.
Oh, damn.
And they came to my crib, they were super mad, blah, 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 blah. I was super like young, so I started crying and whatnot, blah. And he realized that I rapped. I realized he rapped. He invited me over to his crib, and he kind of just like showed me how to do everything. And from there, he showed me how to write books and do all that stuff. I wrote a book. Yeah, that was like the beginning. And then I had a second influence a couple years later on. His name was Dwight Lepp, and he's the one who really, really taught me, like got me into like engineering and the real stuff, you know what I mean?
Oh, did you get in trouble that first time when you said you took everything and they came to the crib?
Nah, he never did anything. Shout out to Salim Lil. He's real as hell. Yeah, he never did nothing.
That's some real shit right there.
Yep. So you learned a life lesson. I learned a crazy. I thought they was gonna kill me, so I thought it was a life. It's a life lesson learned.
Well, you went to jail a couple times after that, so.
Yeah, different things though. Different things.
Okay, so then it was a life lesson. What kind of kid were you, or person were you growing up in Harrisburg? Obviously, you started off
I didn't grow up in Harrisburg. I was born in Harrisburg. Okay. I spent the first years of my couple years of my infancy, like when I was a baby in Harrisburg. And then I moved to a small town outside of Harrisburg called Halifax. Okay. And that's where I did like most of my beginning school years from like 1st grade to 5th grade. And what was the question?
Do you think that move was good for you to come from Harrisburg and then go over to Halifax?
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I don't really remember too much of them like being in there, so I guess it doesn't really affect me too much. But kind of wish I would have been in Harrisburg, obviously, for like being around more people and stuff like that. It's really secluded where I grew up. So
when you started to become of age, where did you start to branch out to? Because like you say, Halifax is pretty small, so.
Yeah, so like I was in Halifax till 5th grade. I got kicked out of school. All types of bad stuff happened.
He was cutting up over there.
Yeah, it got crazy. We moved to Dauphin, PA. That's when I met him. Me and him immediately first day we met the same way all best friends meet. We were about to fight each other, and then and then we ended up being cool.
Realest friends. I
found out he had a Mustang. I wanted to see it. I came over. We became best friends, and that's that. But so I moved to Dauphin, PA. And from there, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Pretty much like trying to paint the picture of what you was like as a child and.
Yeah. So I was really a skateboarding kid too. So like heavy. So like since the age of like 2 years old, I've been skateboarding. That's like really like, that's like the main thing that I do other than music is definitely skateboarding. So like that's what I always did. But yeah, I met him, and then we didn't really get back into the Harrisburg scene until like we were like what age would you say, like 15, 16, around that age.
And was you doing trouble? Were you like?
Yep, immediately got into trouble. Immediately started doing dumb shit, and that was downhill from there.
Yeah, because you spoke on it a little earlier, not to kind of divert from the positive or the age, but you said you were arrested and spent 2 years in Dauphin County Prison for the drug charges and aggravated assault on a cop. Do you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, so those are two separate. So like it's a pretty crazy. I'll break the whole thing down. So I originally was arrested for. I was walking outside of my neighbor's crib with some weed.
Okay.
And I got a possession charge with intent to deliver. That was like my first charge ever.
It was
I didn't
a lot
go to
of
jail.
Weed, or was it just a
it was
PA?
2 ounces. It was 2 ounces, yeah. I didn't go to jail. I went to the booking center. They wrote me up my charges. I went to jail, or I went to court later on. I got a year of probation for that. So right before I was about to get off probation, not even 2 months away, I think, I was dating this girl. And she was like arguing with me on the way home or something like that. She was like pulling the wheel of the car and doing crazy shit. And we got pulled over. And I basically was like straight up, because we had weed on us. So I was like, just give me the weed. I was like, here you go. I was like, just take me, because you're going to get me. And that was that. So I went to jail again for a DUI. And then what was it?
The aggravated assault on a cop?
That happened after. So while I was in work release for the DUI and stuff like that, like handling that stuff, I was going to go home, but randomly during the time I was chilling one morning, and a bunch of officers came, and they were like, yeah, they showed me a bunch of pictures of me. They were like, we got you, this and that. And then apparently I was selling to an undercover cop the whole time.
Damn.
And yeah, one of my good friends, I won't say his name on here, but one of my good friends, good person to me, close friend to me, is the one who set me up. And he knows exactly who he is. But he set me up. So they took me to the booking center, processed me back into DCP. How did this go again? Let me make sure I got everything right.
You got out after a year.
Yeah, I got out after a year. And then I got out, did a couple days on house arrest. Within 3 months of being out, I ended up going to a Black Lives Matter protest, the George Floyd one up here on Harrisburg.
That's crazy. That's where I first did my first video recording.
So I went to the protest and immediately was like, I'm gonna run this shit, basically. Like, I started running that shit. It was crazy. Got into it with the cops. A bunch of stuff happened. I don't really have to say too much because the pictures are on Penn Live. You can go see exactly what happened because the pictures are very descriptive. Like, it'll tell you exactly what happened. Yeah.
I was out there too. I say I was on the news cussing them out.
It was nutty. It was crazy. Yeah. So, I kind of learned a lot from that though. Like, I was proud of that moment, but at the same time, like, I wasn't. I was proud of it for like the reason I was fighting was like, in my heart felt good. I didn't know that I was like being destructive though. I was being a little too destructive. Like, I was breaking stuff, and you know what I mean.
For the matter,
it needed it a little. It definitely needed it a little bit for sure. So I mean,
I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
Yeah. So I sat in jail for another year after that. That was during COVID, so that was crazy time. Like, we didn't even get to shower for like 6 months at a time. Like, we were doing like cell showers and stuff like that the whole time. Like, they were brutal in there about it. But that was another year in jail right there. Came home. Ever since, I've just been laying low, chilling, and nobody even knew about me for like the first like 2 years when I was quiet. And then how much time I got a year credited for the year that I did in jail, and then they let me come home because I'm assuming they didn't have like the proper evidence to get me because like they were charging me heavy, like aggravated assault on a police officer, serious bodily injury, blah blah blah.
They was trying to get you for everything.
But the way that I read my case up and down, and the way that they were talking about it, it was like they said that I hit him in the head, but the dude was wearing a Kevlar helmet and shit. Like, it was like a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So like, they offered me the plea. It was 6 years or something like that with like super lockdown probation. So I took that. Didn't make a peep the entire time. So I got off on good. They let me off a little early. Not ever going back. I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's
chilling.
Crazy.
Chilling.
Especially in the Commonwealth, we already know how that shit go.
DCP is like the nastiest jail. It's not even about the people either. Like, people in the jail is cool. Like, I love the people in the jail, but like the dirtiness of the jail, the solitary of like the sitting in the cell all day, I can't handle it. It's too much for me. I hate it.
So DCP is like a 23-in-1 jail?
On lockdown, I think.
All the time?
It's 23-1, but during COVID it was 24-0.
Oh,
you didn't get nothing. It was crazy. I can't speak for all the blocks though, but the block I was on, you wasn't showering. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you transitioned out of your legal troubles and, been laying low. Mm-hmm. Luckily, they let you off early. And then how soon after that did you like, all right, it's time to really dive back into the music?
So, first I got, So it was actually like, there was nothing like really big that sparked it. So like, I was always into the music stuff. Like, even if I wasn't like recording and like taking it serious, I was always like writing music and like wanting to freestyle for him and stuff like that and all that stuff. But I got a MacBook and I just like randomly just like decided to go buy the studio equipment, and I was like, I just want to do this, and I did it. And I taught myself everything, learned everything in like a year, made a bunch of songs, lots and lots of songs. But overall, I ended up just selling the studio stuff and just going to a professional studio and just getting it done the right way. Probably the best decision I've made too, because like my mixes and like my ear is good, but like I'm legally deaf in my right ear, so like I can only go so far with like engineering and mixing. You know what I mean?
And plus, like, well, no, I can't say, because depending on the type of creative you are, being an engineer, it might feed your creative process.
Yeah, I couldn't even hear the mistakes I was making until I actually like went and heard my voice like back on the like professional mic and like with a good mix, and I got an crazy engineer. Like my engineer's a wizard. Shout out Spraley. Spraley goes crazy.
Yes, I know who Spraley is.
Yeah, he's my engineer. He does a good job every time.
Yeah, got a couple platinum records out there too.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's a good transition into my next question, which is focused kind of on your creative process. Are you writing? Are you punching in? Paint the picture for us with that one.
So I definitely do both. It depends on the style. So like I don't just rap. I make the R&B. I'll do anything. I make classical songs, old classical, so like anything that I want, anything I'm feeling. But for like hard rap bars where I'm like actually rapping, I'll write it. I'll like try to write some of it, and then like when I'm doing like the melody stuff or like having fun, just punching.
And is there a preference on which style you go with?
It kind of just depends on like how I'm feeling when I get to the studio. It could be because I'll have both prepared, and then whatever happens.
And are you listening to your own music? Because you said like you've recorded a lot of songs, like you're putting a lot of stuff out back to back.
I listen to my music until it gets out. And then once it gets out, it's like I play it so many times. Like I've all my.
It's not new to you no more.
All the music videos I just dropped recently, I can't even like enjoy them now. They're like as soon as I drop them, it's like I've already watched it like 100 times. It's so old to me now.
No, I feel I had that same problem when I'm done editing. Like, dang, I done watched it so many times. I kind of don't even really want to see it anymore. Yeah. So let's focus a little bit more on your music. Obviously, like we said, your name's Lil Woppo. So how did you get that name?
So my first rap name was Lil Nuka. That was like my childhood one, like the dumb one. Eventually it became EP Woppo because my name's Edward Peters. So I just put EP and then Woppo. I got Woppo from Dwight Leb, the dude I was talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. So it really came from because I hit someone with a skateboard in their face. Oh, damn. And he said something about WAP, and I was like, I'll make that my rap name. And that's kind of how it happened.
It fits real life shit.
But he started calling me that, and I just stuck, and that's that.
Well, I mean, it do fit real life.
Yeah, it fits.
Situation. WAP. Everybody know what that means. So let's focus on the music in the sense of the projects you've been dropping, because like you said, you've
Gutter to Glory, the new one.
Gutter to Glory was the new one. 17 songs, dropped that on the 31st of January. But then your first album as well, Amidst the Chaos, another 17-song project, released that on September 18th, 2024. Mm-hmm. Is there a connection to there being 17 songs, or it just worked out like that?
It kind of worked out like that. There's no connection.
Okay.
I will say though that I intentionally made one like old school rap, and then I also made one like more like melodical rap, like new school rap. Mainly because I made the first album was really not for people. It was more for like the old school A&Rs and those type of people. So when they hear me, they're like, oh, he can like
right.
He can actually rap, and then they'll hear the melody stuff, and they'll be like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that was honestly my impression when I went from, because I guess I should have started with the first album, but I started with Gutter to Glory. And I'm like, okay, I feel him. But then I went to the next part. I'm like, oh, he's rapping. Like, okay, I see the versatility. Like, that was a nice, pleasant surprise. Because, like I say, everybody enjoys the melodic feel good, but I'm a person who likes to indulge in bursts. Sometimes I need some motivational bars or, oh, what did he just said? Okay, I get that. Was definitely a good play on words. So, is there a preference on which lane you go in, or do you really like to just stay whatever you're feeling and whatever, make the project off of what sounds best at that time?
Like 75% of the time, I'd say I'm not writing and I'm just punching in. So it's really down to like the beat selection, which I'm like top tier with beat selection. I pick gas beats always, but that's like what it really comes down to is like the moment, and then it just comes out.
And you mentioned him a little earlier, your engineer, Sprite Lee. Mm-hmm. Outside of him just being an engineer, he's also an artist himself and is featured on your project.
Yep.
How did you build that relationship with him?
Well, I'd known him for a couple years beforehand from skateboarding.
Okay.
He didn't skateboard too much, but like when the studio held like little skate competitions, I was pulling up and shit like that and skating. But yeah, I didn't even really talk to him, really have like a real conversation with him until I actually got into the studio. I just hit the studio one day. I was like, I'm selling all my studio equipment, I'm coming. And they were like, bet, we've been waiting. And,
and it's been up since then.
I pulled up and we made some bangers immediately.
And he's also really close with Little Skies, one of the mainstream artists out of Central PA who's really made a name for himself.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I might say, is that a feature or something we can expect for you guys to come down the line, or is there a relationship there possibly?
I can't even, I want to say, yeah, like it could be possible one day. It all has to just like fit though. I'm not really one to like chase it too hard. Mm-hmm. Like it's not something that's like on the forefront, but it is something that like if the opportunity presents itself, I'm never saying no. You know,
taking advantage,
taking it immediately. Yeah,
I'm gonna say because you're running in circles with all kind of like the same people. Your videographer as well, TH Man.
Yeah, we ain't switching up with him either. He's the main guy. He's the only videographer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we had TH Media, Tanner, and Genre a couple episodes early in the season when we started doing the podcast. So. What is it about the relationship with Tanner that makes you want to lock in with him exclusively? Like, is it
so I knew him from skateboarding too beforehand, and
skateboarding just seems to be the way
he used to film. He used to film the skate clips for the skaters there.
Okay.
At the skate park. He was always a goat, and then out of nowhere he started. And I'm not saying this like I bandwagon or anything like that, but like. His videos got to a point where like they were like professional quality,
insane.
Like he can mix for like Lil Baby and stuff like that now, and he does. So like, comes to a point where like now it's like fully worth it to like invest 100%. Like we have everything in Harrisburg, not even just Harrisburg. We have everything in Pennsylvania that we need now. Like especially in Harrisburg though, like we were kind of lacking resources there for a minute. And the resources we did have were like incredibly expensive.
That's a fact.
Now everything's crazy cheap and easy and accessible. It's on now.
No, I definitely believe that, and I try to help change that because coming into the game, I realized there was such we got it, but you got to pay this crazy price. Like, first off, we're all kind of just starting out. I want to pay.
And it is good that there is some sort of a price because it keeps like the unserious people away.
That's true.
It never needed to be like too. It don't gotta. Just any price at all will just keep them away, and it'll keep the serious ones around.
You gotta match the market. Honestly.
Exactly.
Now. For you as an artist, you're independent right now, but is that the main goal? Is being signed something you're interested in? Is there any labels that you have in mind of like, yeah, they would be a perfect fit for me?
The only labels that I will probably sign to, there's like 3.
Okay.
Either a label that's like a small time label that's like not trying to like kill me with like the contracts, or OVO.
Okay.
Or Umbrella. Nothing else.
Umbrella is Tory Lanez, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
yeah,
those
Tory
are
Lanez.
2 Canadian dudes, and due to I recently had so much controversy. Now to get with OVO, why would you feel like that would be a good move?
Because of my style. Just like nothing, no biases either. Like just like the style of my music, it's just where I would fit in the best. And getting where you fit in.
Yeah, and
they're rappers and they're melody singers, and that's kind of like what I do. And I haven't really put out any like singy stuff yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
And then for the Tory Lanez, he's currently, serving his sentence.
Yeah.
Is that something that you would feel would be viable if like they came today, him still in his current situation, for you to like sign with that label and? It's free Tory Lanez. Fuck all that other shit. Yeah. Free Tory.
Yeah, I'm riding.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to pick based off of just the music that I heard, I would definitely put you more with OVO opposed to the Umbrella.
I do have to agree.
Yeah, because I mean, Tory, he's good for himself, but
he is still building up himself at the same time. OVO is like a 100% established.
And they put out artists and who went.
That is a really good point too.
Like just as big, and then your sound.
They build everybody.
Just really fits in that pocket. I can hear like a Party or a Drake or somebody like.
A lot of my rapping, when I really like rapping, that's I'll come on here and say that's like really influenced by Drake. Like Drake, Tory Lanez, all of them, like it came from somewhere. You know what I mean? Those are the guys I listen to.
Good influence, because
Lil
two
Wayne
guys
too.
Who can really rap.
Lil Wayne too, all of them.
When you was talking about your skating, I'm like, all right, this definitely give me Lil Wayne vibes, like heavy spitter, but definitely in the skate park, rockstar life.
Heavy in the skateboard.
So we talked about the projects. We talked about your recording process. Established where you want to go with, as far as being independent. Let's talk about your focus on, your feelings, I should say, on rap where it is currently. And do you think it's going in a positive direction, a negative direction? Elaborate a little bit on that.
I feel like it depends on the perspective. I feel like some days it's going in a horrible direction, and some days I feel like I don't understand that horrible direction, like because I'm turning into an old head for real. Like, I'm not yet, but it's like it's there. Like it's that you can hear it. It's around the corner. Like so, like I don't know. Like it just all depends. Like you gotta kind of. It's either you hate it or you love it. But if you hate it and you still want to be in the industry in any type of way, then you better learn to love it, because it's not going nowhere. I mean,
is that a reason for your change a little bit with introducing your melodic side and showing that, or did that make you more comfortable with being not?
I've always had like the melodics.
Okay.
Even in my older music too. I always been like turn the auto tune up a little bit, let me sing a little bit too. You know what I mean? It's always been my thing.
Now, I mean, for the audience watching, it's pretty obvious, but you are a white rapper.
Yeah.
In a mainly black industry.
Yes.
What is your perspective on, what you're able to do with that? Like, do you feel like people would take you serious? Is there room for you?
If I stay in my lane.
What is that?
Meaning, just don't do too much. Rap, show up, leave. You know what I mean? Do my thing.
And I mean, obviously, you're an ally. You went to jail behind, George Floyd. So
yeah, like I'm not. I'm one of y'all. I'm with y'all.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
For the local community, what do you feel like your reception is? Because Harrisburg is kind of like the rap culture in Harrisburg is kind of black dominated as well. So what has been your feedback from, the local artists around here?
Nothing but welcomes. I mean, I've had my name around here for a while. I mean, even if I wasn't recording music, I was always talking to people and doing all types of stuff. So
networking and shit.
Never had no issues with nothing like that. People always fuck with me and accept me and all that. I'm allowed to curse on here, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get more love in the trenches, or more so like in the outskirts?
So I don't even want to have to say this, but I gotta say this. Harrisburg, the one thing Harrisburg's lacking in is love a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I hate to have to say it like that.
No, you telling the truth. Telling the truth.
And it's not that they're lacking in love, but they're lacking in consistency in the love. So like they'll like it's like they love you, but like not enough to like stick around for too much. And it's not. I'm not speaking on me specifically. Like
no, but I know
my fan base is still like low. Like I have a couple diehard fan base people, but like for like the average artist, I've watched a couple artists in Harrisburg get torn down when they had a big chance to put our city on. I'm just saying. Couple big ones. I mean, I'm not even gonna name them. I'm not even gonna name them.
I don't want to put you in that bracket.
I've seen a couple that could have blew up crazy, and it didn't happen. It's like could have been a little more support. You know what I mean? It's almost like as soon as it's about to happen, people get a little salty about it. And it's like you gotta let it happen, and we can all get on. You know what I mean? Like.
It take one to kick the door.
But I think we're really starting to like understand this the more we go on. Like Harrisburg's really about to get put on crazy. I can feel it.
Yeah, and collaborate more. I think that's what's the biggest difference is we've been able to all just.
A lot of us just had to mature. I think there was a lot of immaturity, and I think everybody could agree with me too. But
no,
I think we growing up.
Let's talk a little bit about how you view yourself among the industry rappers, because obviously local talent is local talent, but if we're trying to establish yourself worldwide.
I'm nice like that.
I'm gonna say you're gonna come against the comparisons with rappers like MGK, Jack Harlow.
I can rap the same as any other person. Just as good. I mean, I go crazy. I've been doing this, studying it just as long. This is what I do. You can test me. You can test me again and again and again. I'm gonna prove you. I rip every time, every beat I go.
Honestly, I feel like because Jack Harlow, who can rap, and MGK, he can rap.
So yeah, if we're talking like levels, I'm on their level. I can rap on their level. My wordplay's on their level. My wordplay is definitely on MGK, Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow's nice. I'm not saying they're not nice.
But I can hang.
I can hang with the big dogs for sure.
And also your presentation, because I was looking over your profiles and just.
Yeah, I take all when I go in. I take all that very serious. So like heavy consideration. I'm thinking about everything. Ad campaigns. I'm a full business.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Because especially with being.
Make sure my link tree's up to date. Make sure everything's ready to go.
Yeah,
so
that's what
you don't want to miss a fan.
Easy to like.
It's easy to miss a fan.
I needed from you, like.
It's super easy to miss a fan if you have the work. Even just the littlest thing messed up when they come to your profile, it'll steer them away. And you don't want that.
Everything I needed, like, album profile, boom, boom, boom.
Everything.
Perfect. So, like we said earlier, you did just drop your second project, Gutter to Glory. This one is more on the melodic side. Yep. So why should people go check out both of the albums, actually?
So people should first go listen to my first album. If your first opinion is going to be, he's an auto-tune rapper, then your first thing you should do is go listen to my first album, because I assure you, I'm far from it. Very far from it. Then you should go listen to the melodic album and then just enjoy it. Like, don't think too much on it. It's just an album where you enjoy. You just enjoy the album.
Is there one that you prefer over the other? Or is it dependent
on the newer one. Specifically songs like Bargin, 1 in a Million, them types of vibes. That's kind of like developing into my sound right now. Like I kind of like that sound. But I don't really have one defined sound, so.
And who would you say your target audience is?
Anybody. A lot of motivational people, like people who want to make money, people who want to listen to about making money, people who like stuff like that is probably like my closest target. Like keeping the part, I want to be like the person who's the party dude. I'm not really too much of the sad guy. Yeah. Sometimes, but I like to make hype songs and stuff like that and fun songs.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got enough sadness in the world. I need my music to turn me up a little.
I got a decent bit of sad songs, and that's all I really need. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. So I have this game I want to play called I Said That, which I went through and just listened to a couple songs from yours and picked out some lines that I liked and want to see if you can tell me which songs those are from.
Oh, this one's going to get me. I doubt it. Let's get it.
Let's see.
Let's get it.
I made a couple easy ones. So
can I get help from him if I need?
If you need to,
okay,
bring a
He's not going to know
friend.
it either. He's not going to know it.
So let's see.
Let's go.
The first one is, knew we would take over the game. Say it louder. I don't think they hearing us.
We would take over the game. Say it louder. I don't think that they hearing us. Yeah. They really did it. Battle with me.
Yep. Yeah. Good one. Second line. I brought this shit in the fall. Can't even wear it till next season.
That's Sprite Lee's bar. Leave me alone. Yeah.
I tried a little finger.
I know that one because I listened to that a lot lately.
I like that line. I was like, yeah, because that's me. I be buying shit. Can't even wear it till next season.
And he slid on that verse too. Bro delivered crazy.
Definitely went hard. This third one, let's see. Was stuck up in the struggle. It's no wonder they call it a trap.
Revolutionary Riches. I'm doing better than I thought I would do. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I definitely went through and was trying to pick out someone like, here, he might know this, but shit, he got a lot of songs. Number 4. Really, in the end, it was all a test of resilience. Who's coming up out the mud? These diamonds is looking brilliant.
Definitely don't know that one. I don't know.
That one was Certified White Boy.
Yeah, I would never guess that one.
And then the 5th and final one. You trying to change me, but I'm breaking my chains with you.
Is it? I feel like I'm singing in that song.
That one was a little bit of a...
Like a singy vibe.
Yeah.
You say it again?
Yeah.
You trying to change me, but I'm breaking my chains
heard that before,
with
huh?
you.
Yeah. You showed me thousands of songs, though.
Is that 3 a.m.? No?
No, that one was Cash Aspirations.
I would have never got that. I don't even listen to that song. I hate that song. You know what? That song got so much love, and I hate that song.
Why? I thought that
Hate
one was
it.
nice.
I don't know. It's a little bit too like bubbly for me. But people love it.
Yeah, that was a good one. So you got 3 out of the 5, which I think is good.
Not
Probably
bad.
got the first 3 because they was off the newer product to try to keep keep it off of there. But I think you do good. I think you did well. In closing, what is something that you want the people to take from this interview, know about you, something positive to leave off on?
That I'm really here. I'm really doing this, and I'm not going nowhere regardless. So learn to like me, because I'm not going nowhere. And I'm really going to put my message out there to the people, and it's going to be one of the messages that you can't help but listen to. So get ready.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But like we said earlier, his new project, Gutter to Glory, is out now on all streaming platforms.
Everywhere.
Definitely go check that out. 17 songs, all bangers. I took a time to listen to it so I wouldn't steer you wrong. We thank you for stopping by and having this great conversation.
Got like
with
2
us.
filler songs. There's like 2 filler songs in there. The rest of them is all bangers.
All bangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's your girl Big T, Lil Woppo, Cloudy Conversations, and we're out.
Thank you.